Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. Is the recycling bin a punishment? Is it punishment for sins, bad behavior, a bad life, for crimes? Is it like karma? Is the recycling bin a place that bad spirits are sent and good spirits are spared from? Does it judge you by your behavior? Does it judge you by some moral code or moral compass? Is the recycling bin a punishment? In other words, you're recycled, sent back here to live on earth again, to be punished for your bad behavior or living a bad life, treating others poorly, being abusive, being a liar, being someone that supports evil or does evil. Is it a punishment? What do you think? Do you think it's a punishment? Do you think it's set up as a punishment? A prison cell, in a sense. Or the electric chair. Or a whip. A judgment, a sentence. I don't think so. I think the recycling bin is the default destination for this realm, this recycling system. This hell realm is a recycling system. Everything here gets recycled. Every piece of paper, every body, every corpse, every drop of blood, every drop of water, rain, wastewater, urine, piss, animal waste, human waste, air, molecules, if you want to say molecules. Everything here gets recycled, and I'm questioning molecules and atoms and all that stuff. But you get the sentiment, I hope. Everything here comes out of the earth and goes back into the earth. All of it. Whether it's burned, whether it rots, whether it's water, waste, bodies, all of it gets recycled. The air gets recycled here. We're in a closed ecosystem. Spirits get recycled as well. See those arrows going round and round? And the pyramid in the middle? That's not by coincidence, but that's by design why that symbol was chosen. You're in a recycling system. It's designed this way. Just like at the end of a video game, it isn't a punishment. It's coded that way. It's programmed that way. Now, I'm not calling this realm a video game. I'm not calling you a video game character like some channels do. There's quite a few of them now that are doing that, programming people. But people go into the recycling bin. That's actually a proof against it being a video game. If you look at the actual design of this place, this isn't a game. This isn't a video game. Let me explain it another way. At the end of a line in a factory, no one is surprised if that's a car factory, if there's a car on tires that wheels off and is able to drive with an engine, doors, tires, a steering wheel, a frame, passenger compartment, seats, seat belts, dashboard. No one is surprised that the final product rolling out time and time again is a car. It's not a surprise. It's by design. The factory produces cars. They're not astonished after producing 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 cars coming off the line. Oh wow, a car came out of this. No, it's designed that way. The factory's designed to start off at one end, and at the other end, a car is assembled out of the parts. This realm is designed to recycle you and to recycle everything here. Everything. So I don't see it as a punishment. I see it as a design feature. That's the ending for most beings. The default ending is the recycling bin. They get recycled. Now, a punishment would imply judgment and justice and perhaps emotions, etc. I think this system is kind of detached in terms of recycling you. It doesn't care about you. There's no tears for you, nor is there really any, I don't think there's a lot of anger or, we got him, we got another one. It's just the default setting. If you get what I'm saying. When you start up a laptop, it has default settings. When you get a brand new laptop out of the box, when you get a television set, smart TV, or even TVs decades ago, 15 years ago, flat screens before smart TVs, let's say, there were default settings. There's default settings on your cell phone. You can revert back to default, reset to default. I think the default setting for this realm is you get recycled, unless you do something to avoid that, to go off that path, to interfere, to defy, to take another path, to blaze your own trail, to get off what I would call the zombie tracks. If you stay on the zombie tracks, the destination is right on the screen, like those soda cans and beer cans. You just get tossed into the recycling bin and recycled and not thought of again. There's no tears for you as you go in there. This system's not crying for you. There aren't angels crying for you or gods crying for you or spirits. You just get recycled like potentially billions of others have been already, where people aren't sitting around crying for them. People are mourning them sometimes. Of course, humans mourn, but they're mourning death and they're thinking that they died, that they're out of this realm, that they either don't exist or they're in heaven, or some people might think they went to hell. They might think a loved one or a friend went to hell. But they don't think of it this way. They're getting recycled like trash, like soda cans, like plastics, like newspapers, like cardboard from cardboard boxes, Amazon boxes, and various other boxes. Recycled. Like waste, like junk. Like junk. Spirits get recycled here, like they're junk. They're uncared for. They just get recycled and reused. So I don't think it's a punishment. The recycling bin isn't a punishment, nor is it justice, nor is it quote-unquote karma. Karma doesn't add up at all, and I've debunked it. In various videos, if you look through my catalog of videos, you might find my videos on karma. It's easy to do a search. Look for the little search button on my channel on YouTube and on Odyssey. Click on it and type in karma, and it'll show videos that I've done on karma, and you'll hear my thoughts. And I think I won't say perfectly debunked it, but I've done very well at debunking it, showing that karma doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. The way that people believe in karma in this realm doesn't make sense. Here's an angry black man by some gigantic recycling bins that are far behind him. They're probably 6 feet tall, maybe 7 feet tall. In the background, quite a bit behind him. Now he's in the bin. He's in the bin. There's a jack-o'-lantern. I put some Halloween images in with these today. Why am I showing you this? Well, I want you to understand it doesn't matter what race you are. It doesn't matter if you're a black man. You could be a black man, working class black man, or a grumpy older woman, a boomer. It's not about age. It's not about race. It's not about, oh, this person was good, so therefore they didn't go in the bin, or this person was bad. It's the default setting for this realm, the recycling bin. Almost everyone goes into the bin, no matter how you've lived your life or what you believe or how you treated others. This is supposed to be Gloria Steinem going into the bin. AI didn't want to put her in the bin for some reason, but she's in the bin. She's in the recycling bin. All right? CIA asset, Gloria Steinem. Look into that sometime. It's interesting. Here's a black woman with a great big afro and some glasses on. She's obese. She has rainbow colors. She has the pride of a rainbow. Well, she went into the bin. She's going into the bin. That's not going to save her. That ideology won't save her from the recycling bin. That's the default destination in this realm. That's the way this system is set up. It's set up to recycle you. It doesn't care about your beliefs, your ideologies. It doesn't care about if you're this religion or that religion, this faith as they call it, or that faith. All the better. Choose one. You all end up in the same bin. You all end up recycled. Squabble as much as you want in this life. Argue, debate on YouTube, and it goes round and round and goes nowhere. Debate religion versus atheism. You both end up in the bin. It's not a punishment for being an atheist. She could be an atheist, or maybe she's a Christian. She might be a Jehovah's Witness or a Scientologist. She might convert, be a Muslim. She might be a lesbian Muslim against Israel or whatever. Doesn't matter. She could be a political activist. Doesn't matter. You end up in the bin. I'm trying to show you something here. Now, am I saying it's inevitable and unavoidable? No, but I am saying it's the default setting. How do I know that? How do I know that? Because I've observed, I've paid attention, I've watched, I've studied NDEs. Beyond NDEs that I've watched on YouTube and studied and analyzed, I've had my own experiences. I've pondered this. I've seen how the population grows, so they're bringing in spirits from outside of this matrix constantly. New blood, you might call it. New blood, new spirits. But more and more, so I think everybody, unless you do something to avoid it, to circumvent the system, goes into the bin. That's the default setting. It's not just one or two or half end up there, some end up there. By default, that's where you're headed, regardless of your faith, your beliefs, your behavior, how you live, if you're a good spirit, bad, evil spirit, destructive, abusive. You get recycled. So do the ones near the top of the pyramid, the billionaires class, the sellouts, as baby truthers call them, quote, the elites. I never call them that, but I'm mentioning that to clarify for people. They end up there too. But I think they realize reincarnation is happening. They know they'll get recycled, and they've made deals with entities, and they are possessed by entities in them. They know about reincarnation. They know they're coming back, but they know they're coming back to a life of privilege, in families of privilege. They know how it works more than baby truthers do. Baby truthers are stuck on things physical, like conspiracies that are physical. Who shot this one? Who did this? Is this event real or fake on TV? What's Hollywood doing? Is the earth flat, or is it a crater, a moon crater, which is laughable? They're all about the physical, looking at the physical realm, the physical body, physical health, physical realm, physical life, material life, not spiritual. That's what they look at. They stop short. They fall short. So when they die, they just get recycled. When baby truthers, when their body drops dead, and they like the term drops dead, that's why I'm using it on purpose. Rich West and Ackville and others like using the term drop dead. When your body drops dead, you just get recycled. Pardon me, I had to sneeze very loud. Tatted up feminists with the dyed hair, all the piercings, and baby truthers just get recycled when their bodies drop dead, because they don't study anything other than the material realm, the physical realm, or what appears to be a physical realm. Is it just white liberal, leftist, Marxist, tatted up women that get recycled? No, it's black ones too. This one here with the afro, she's in the recycling bin. Is it both genders? Is it all races? Is it all religions? Yes. I want this to be clear in your mind so you understand. There's no way of avoiding it by choosing a different religion or different ideology or different belief system, BS, belief system, or faith system. That's not a way of avoiding the recycling bin, or moving out of the West to the East and going to China, or living in Japan, or Taiwan, or Vietnam, or Thailand. That isn't escaping. You can't escape the matrix that way. You can't escape the recycling bin that way, pardon me. You can't escape the recycling bin by moving somewhere on Earth. You could buy an island if you were rich enough. You're still in the matrix. That's not a way of avoiding the recycling system. You could be a big-breasted, voluptuous Latina, a brunette. Is that a Latina or just a regular brunette? I'm not sure. But that's not a way of avoiding it either. No matter how big your boobs are, the recycling bin will still fit you. Even if you have great, big, heavy, natural boobs, you'll still fit in the recycling bin. Sorry to tell you that, ladies, but you'll still fit in the bin. Even if you're attractive and you have great big boobs or men give you attention. That's the default mode. Even if you're Wonder Woman, remember her? Linda Carter, I think her name was, from, must have been the 1970s TV show. Wonder Woman. It was a favorite of mine growing up, and my older sister especially. I think my younger sister liked it as well, but my older sister definitely did. Here's a diamond. Is that Satan or is that a diamond in the bin? You could be demonic, you'll still get recycled. This is what people don't understand. They seem to think it's a punishment. I'll tell you what the punishment is when the realm gets sealed, not the recycling bin. That's default. Many of you have been recycled here before. This isn't your first lifetime. I'm sure there are people listening to this video, or will at some point listen to this video, that have been recycled, reincarnated, and they can talk about past lives. Some can remember bits and pieces of past lives. Those weren't punishments. Neither is this life of yours. Recycling goes on and on and on. Just like when it rains, it's not a punishment. It's a design feature of this system. It's default that rain happens, that clouds happen, that thunderstorms happen, that evaporation happens, and condensation on windows, and that whole system of recycling. It's designed this way. Do animals get recycled? You just saw Jesus in the bin. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I strongly suspect, based on the evidence that I see, I have reason to think that animals, wild animals, and our domestic pets get recycled. Tigers get recycled. Lions get recycled. Elephants get recycled. I'm not going to play the elephant sounds because those are reserved for Bextra Lard and others, okay? The bin is big enough. It's bigger than shown on the screen for elephants. The recycling bin fits all shapes and sizes, all ages and heights. Big, tall giraffes can fit in the bin, unfortunately. I love tigers, elephants, giraffes, wolves, hyenas, butterflies, dolphins, seahorses, all sorts of animals, horses. But that doesn't mean that they don't go in the bin. Queen Elizabeth II, she went into the bin. If that story of her death is accurate, it might be fake. They tell us all sorts of things about deaths that are not accurate all the time, obviously. Mainstream media is Freemasonic controlled, and she was a Freemason. She was also a Knight of the Garter and a Knight of Malta. Prince Charles, is he headed for the recycling bin? Yes. Or King Charles, as he's known today. He's headed for the recycling bin. I think they're aware of it, these so-called royals. They're aware that recycling happens, reincarnation. They know they're coming back here into wealth and power again and again and again and again in their bloodline. They keep it in the family. Is that David Rockefeller? That looks like a Rockefeller in the bin. That looks like David Rockefeller in the bin, a billionaire. Is that Jacob Rothschild? Is that one of the Rothschilds in a bin? With leaves and Halloween pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns? That's a Rothschild. So money can't buy your way out of the bin. No, it can't. No, it can't. You can end up in the bin that looks like a slum, an alleyway. He's in the gutter and he's in a bin. He's in a recycling bin. I don't know if that's Russian. What language is on that bin? Doesn't matter if you're in Russia or England, France, Germany, Ireland, Scotland, Australia, Sweden, Norway, America, Canada, Mexico, Peru, Zimbabwe, the Congo, Sudan, South Africa. You end up in the bin. That's Joe Biden in the bin. Biden's in the bin. Biden's in the bin. And there's Hillary Clinton in a bin. That's Hillary. Not milk is Clinton backwards. Humpty Dumpty, Matt McKinley loves to say not milk, not milk. It's stupid. It's cult language for his little followers. Oh, Elon Musk, he's in the bin. There's a Halloween decorated door with cobwebs or spider webs, pumpkins, a big dumpster full of trash behind him. Elon's in the bin. Billionaire. Figurehead. He's not a genius. He's fake. People love what's fake in this realm. They can't get enough of it. The zombies of this realm love what's fake. They love what's fake. Zombies go into the bin. The low IQ zombies, the followers, the programmed, profane, unwashed, lazy, spirited masses, the zombies. The average person is a zombie in this realm, whether they live in the north, south, west, or east. They're a zombie. They're a zombie. News has you going in every direction, just like a compass spinning. North, east, west, south, spinning, spinning, spinning. The spinning minds of the zombies end up in the recycling bin. They end up in the bin, in the blue bin, the recycling bin. The blue bin, recycled. They end up in the big blue bin, recycled. The mindless zombies, the mindless masses. The mindless masses of zombies get recycled. The bin doesn't care if you're smart or stupid. It doesn't care if you're independent-minded or a follower. Doesn't care if you're an atheist or religious. Doesn't care if you're black or Asian or Hispanic or white or red, brown skin or black skin. It doesn't care. In that respect, it's indifferent of what you are. It just wants to recycle you. It doesn't care if it's a soda can or a human being. Doesn't care if you're out of Africa or if you're in America. Doesn't care if you're a Cuban or Jamaican or Haitian or Dominican or you're in South America if you're from Brazil. It doesn't care if you're from Colombia or Venezuela or Portugal or Spain or Italy or Greece. It doesn't care if you're Russian or Japanese. It doesn't care if you're a white woman that just wants to get your nails done and your hair done. You just want to be a boss babe and brag about your 3 degrees, your 3 useless university degrees. It tosses you in the bin with the rest of the trash that you see on the screen. The containers, the plastics, the soda cans. It doesn't care if you're a goblin. It doesn't care what you are. Look at the fall leaves there of October. It doesn't care if you're a goblin. There was a goblin on the Jack Talcott show earlier that farted on him and called him a loser. It doesn't care. It'll put the goblins in the bin. It'll recycle the goblins, the little goblins. It'll recycle the goblins and the garden gnomes and the leprechauns. It will recycle anything. It will recycle plastics and waste and toxic waste. Everything here gets recycled. Everything here in this sewer matrix gets recycled. You're in a recycling system. You're in a sewer matrix. You better start learning that. You better start learning where you are. You better start learning this system. If you want to leave, if you want to break free from the system, if you want to break the spell, stop following the lying demons. Stop following the idiots. Stop following the ones that could not care less. They don't care if you end up in the blue bin. They don't care about you. And I've been fighting for years to break through to people so that you understand this is the default setting. This is the default. Almost everyone's headed there or ends up there in this realm. We don't know yet if anyone has escaped from this matrix system and avoided that blue bin destination. One and done, one lifetime and out. I plan on doing that. I'm not staying here. I'm leaving. Do I know that any others have gotten out thus far? I don't know that for sure. I can only speculate. Jesus is in the bin. Oh my goodness. Did Jesus Christ himself get out? Did Jesus? Yeshua. I got to sneeze, sorry. Yeshua. I'm sorry, pardon me. Did Yeshua get out? Did Jesus get out? Jesus. I hope he did. I hope they just changed what he was preaching, and I hope he did get out. I have nothing against him. Bill Gates is headed for the recycling bin. Creepy creature. You see him there? All I typed was Bill Gates recycling bin, and it put all these creepy creatures with them. I think I did type Halloween as well, but it put all those creeps with Bill Gates. Automatically, the AI, fake AI, put those creeps in bins with Gates. He's surrounded by creepy creatures. And he is a creepy creature. Bill Gates is a creepy creature. Is he headed for the recycling bin? Yes. He's got 1 foot in the bin already. But Stephen, they say he's a billionaire, and they say this, and they call him a genius, and they call him this, and they call him that. He's headed for the recycling bin. I don't think he's a genius. I think he's evil. I don't think he has full control over the money that people believe. I think he's a puppet. A figurehead, like Elon Musk, like Steve Jobs, like others. They made deals. They're sellouts. They made evil deals to get to the position where they are. And they're involved in Planned Parenthood and all kinds of creepy things. Creepy things that people know about with land, with food, with Jabba Dabba Doo, and the Flintstones. Jabba Dabba Doo and other things. They're involved in a lot of creepy shit. So is Elon Musk. They all are. So is Oprah Winfrey and any billionaire in this realm that you could shake a crucifix at, as Salty Siren would say. We've got more Jesuses here than you can shake a crucifix at. I used to say shake a stick at, like that old expression. But Salty Siren said in the chat one day or one night, shake a crucifix, more Jesus than you can shake a crucifix at, which is perfect. It's an improvement on what I was saying, and it's funnier, and it's better. And I love when people do that. I love when people make me laugh. I love when people come up with something witty, clever, creative, funny. That's something I do enjoy about YouTube and the live streams and the interactions with my team, with my moderators, with the regulars as well that show up, the people that keep showing up, live stream after live stream. My core group, as I've called it, my team, my people, my tribe, my beautiful mad ones, my cult, my beautifully mad ones, my cult, my cult. Team Evil says that I run a cult. I'll run with it. I'll embrace it. I'm not going to deny it and say, oh, no. They're like, call it whatever you want, Team Evil, you cockroach demons. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't stop me. It doesn't change me. It doesn't silence me. I love my cult. And ladies love El Diablo. Ladies love El Diablo. And they do. They do. They can't help themselves. They fall in love with me all over YouTube and obsess over me. They can't help themselves. It's okay. I understand. I understand the psychology, and part of it is I am very different from what you're used to. You're used to weak males that go along to get along, that are dishonorable, that are not honorable men of character, that are not strong, that are not leaders, that lack confidence and conviction, that lack principles, values, morals. And they're not this handsome either. They're not as handsome as I am. They're not as handsome as I am. And they don't have the sexy, beautiful, pretty lips that the ladies say I have. And the shining emerald Irish green eyes. That's the difference. And the difference is I'm a warrior spirit. I'm a fighter. I'm a warrior. I'm a mad Viking artist warrior. I stand against evil, and I make no apologies for that. I will not go into the recycling bin, ever. They will not control me. I'm uncontrollable. I'm a free spirit, a free and mad, eternal, magical spirit. That's what I am. They can't control me. I am my own being. I am my own free, divine spirit. They will never control me. They will never enslave me. They will never recycle me. They will never make me into a slave. That's despicable. These willing slaves of this realm that go along with this evil system of suffering, deception, lies, evil, abuse, life eating life, torture. It's a sick sewer matrix system. I will never go along with this. I will rage against it. I will fight it. And I will stop it. I will do action. I will end this. Who's with me? Who's with me? Join me. Stand against evil.